This is my 2006 EVO 9 MR. And I'm finally confident to say that I didn't make a huge financial mistake. Now, of course, there's still a bunch of whoopsies, namely the over fenders in the back that look horrible and a couple of bad paint areas. But I have plans to fix all of that in the near future, so stay tuned for that. And some of the other issues I thought were popping up were just race car noises from all the upgrades. Previous owner put a lightweight flywheel and new clutch in, so there's a little bit of a tinny noise when the clutch is engaged. So at idle, it's got like a little which I thought was a problem, but it really just is the lightweight flywheel. And then of course I installed hard bushings in the back for the diff and the mustache bar. And now you can hear the differential throughout the cabin when you're driving pretty fast on the highway. So that's kind of annoying for longer drives. Not sure if you can hear it in the car, but I thought it was a problem, took it to the mechanic, they bled it, they stuck a camera in it. It's a healthy differential, it's just race card. Damn, it's hot. It's not hot, but it is hot. I am sweating. I'm sweating all over my Recaros. And aside from the bushings, my first mod was the radiator support. Cause it looks dope. Oh, and I also tried to restore the headlights, and I might need to do that again. And after some struggles with iterations of my subwoofer boxes, which I'm still not 100% satisfied, go figure, we got the battery relocation done. I did this ASAP because I didn't want to run a power wire to the back for the subwoofer, even though for this kit I ran a power wire for the battery. I just wanted a smaller circuit for the sound system, and plus it looks a lot better without a huge battery crammed in here. It is a bit of a void, but I do still need to do a little bit of cleanup, but that's for another video. And to pair with the new subwoofer, I updated the head unit because the one that was in here was a little bit dated and it was having trouble connecting to my phone. This one also features CarPlay. It has a humongous screen. This one's a lot more custom. I have a video on this as well if you haven't seen it yet. And then something that I just kind of threw in, didn't do a video about, I kind of just felt like I wanted to get the gauges in a better place, is this super sick gauge pod. It is an OEM replacement of the vents. The clock sits in nicely. The only thing that was a little bit hard to deal with is the hazard light button doesn't really work. I push it in, it'll stay in, and I have to pry it out. But this is probably the sickest spot that I've seen gauges in an EVO. Some people like to do the 3 here, some like to put them down here. Obviously the A-pillar is a great spot too, but it just didn't really work with what I wanted. And then I saw this thing and it was almost an instant purchase. Too hot! And the gauges aren't quite done. There's a ton of wire just hanging out of the center console, and that's because one of the previous owners installed it kind of sloppily. They just left the length of wires there in a big bundle behind the radio. So I'm gonna finish that another time, different video, or just on my own at some point, but really can't wait to polish that off because whenever I have a visitor jump into the car, I'm like, oh, watch out for those wires. So priorities for today is to finish off the installs of the things that I kind of shotgun purchased when I bought the EVO. And probably the first mod that I actually bought is carbon fiber hood stanchions. Convenience factor, really. And then recently I grabbed some shifter bushing and shifter carrier bushings. Looking underneath the hood, I did see that it kind of looks like maybe the shifter linkage is already upgraded, but just in case we have them, super cheap, didn't really matter. I'm pretty sure the carrier bushings are not upgraded because it does have a little bit of slot, but that could just be age. And lastly, the one thing that I can't wait to get in there is the Momo. So let's get started. Supposed to cut this foam off? Who designed this? Did these come off? No. What a strange packaging. Who did that? Should be arrested. straight to jail. Luckily, I'm smart. As Justin put it eloquently,
start with something small and attainable, and then you don't do the rest.
And honestly, I figured this was going to be an easy one, but I didn't know it was going to be that easy. But I'm super stoked to have that on my EVO now. Justin said do something simple and easy and attainable, and then don't do anything else. Now, I guess that is true, technically, because it's too hot and I've reached the end of my allowable time today. But I did take the opportunity to look at the shifter bushings, and I'm pretty sure they are upgraded. They look like the discs that I have in the small bag there. So pretty sure that's already done. So tomorrow we'll get straight into getting the carrier bushings installed. Hopefully those aren't updated because I don't want to tear apart my center console just to find out that they're already upgraded. And then we'll get the Momo wheel in, and if we have time, I'll fix the gauge pods so it's clean, shorter wires, and looking buttoned up. God, this is exciting. I want to do a short shifter at some point. And I think I meant to say this between scenes, but I ran out of time yesterday. I'm doing this because they were cheap, and the short shifter is definitely a bigger investment. I think it's about 800 bucks, but I will be getting it soon, probably early next year. There's a chance I'll just shotgun purchase that soon. We'll see. How do you take this off? Looking at these wires, I'm gonna at least tuck them away, and then I'm still just gonna look at them and be like, do I want to leave them this long? They were working. Maybe I don't need to do all the work to fix something. It's not broken. That went a little bit longer than I thought I was going to, and my GoPro died before I could button it up, so I didn't get any of that footage because I wasn't about to try to set this whole thing up. But that's done. Can't really tell if it's any better. I think it's less squishy, but honestly, it didn't seem like that big of a install or that big of an upgrade. But nonetheless, I did it. Now it has updated hard bushings in the shifter carrier. Hood stanchions done. Now it's time for the best part. Basically, I've had this since I first got the M3. It was one of my first purchases and installs. And then when I put the quick release, which was actually fairly recently, like weirdly enough, after 4 years of owning it, installed the quick release, super cool. And then I got the EVO. I was like, wait, if I install the same quick release, I can probably use the same wheel between the cars. And I was like, this is freaking badass. It's probably not that cool, to be honest. Like, I'm sure a bunch of people have already done this, and I'm just thinking how cool it is for myself. But hey, you know what? Kick and drain.
I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. All of those times getting severed. I told them all I get let up. They get not tired of me never. Give me a shot and I swear I shoot like Berettas. Yeah. They getting nervous, I seen it. What I seen, you wouldn't believe it. They say they want it, I need it. Damn. I'm going dumb like I dropped out of class. Get in my lane and I'm going right past. I turn it up, watch me go to the max. You ain't at first and you know that you last. I thought I told them I'm coming right back. I got a flows like it came from the tap, and I came from my city, that's right on my back. Back and I'm better than ever. I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. All of those times getting severed. I told them all I get let up. They get not tired of me never. Give me a shot and I swear I shoot like Berettas.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a
Big step up, pick up, bounty, chipper.
Dad, stop being weird.
It's the trend right now, right?
Very few upgrades have made me feel this good. And especially in the EVO so far, because the EVO I've done nothing but really simple ones. I love the radiator support bar. It looks dope. Every single EVO I see online that has that bar in whatever color, as long as it's within the color theme that they're going for, it always looks absolutely incredible. Obviously, I love sound systems, but at this point, I'm a little bit jaded to the point where I'm hard to satisfy when it comes to the sound system. That 8 sounds great. Ha! That 8 sounds great, but I feel like it might be a little underwhelming for me. That screen was definitely exciting because Apple CarPlay and EVO 9 is pretty awesome, but it's just a head unit. And I think there was a guaranteed excitement with the differential bushings and mustache bar bushings because of the fact that I couldn't drive it hard. I had to be really soft and not shift into gear too hard because it would clunk. That one was exciting just because I needed to fix something. This was the first install that, you know, it's something I've upgraded a long time ago. It's badass to be able to take the wheel off and put it away. The little ding you get when you put it into place, and it just changes the feel of the drive. I don't know. This sounds kind of ridiculous, but it felt faster. Like, obviously I did not add any horsepower, any torque, any amount of performance to it, but the way the wheel felt, it's sturdier, it's not squishy. I don't know, it felt a little bit more round. And something I noticed on the way to, I was grabbing pizza last night and beers with a friend, I can see the heads-up display a lot better than the OEM wheel. I didn't realize this before, but like the OEM wheel is definitely a lot more closed off because of how big the horn button is. And I don't know, that was an interesting thing to end up gaining from this. Plus it just looks badass when it's in the car. That's just about it for this video. If you got to this point, you're awesome. I have a lot of plans for the EVO and a lot of plans for the M3. So a lot of great reasons to join the crew. And if you're already a part of the crew, you know what to do. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video. Those are things that help grow the crew. Until the next one, I'll see you later, crew. Oh, and go spend some money on that money pit.
I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. All of those times getting severed. I told them all I get let up. They get not tired of me never. Give me a shot and I swear I shoot like Berettas. Yeah. They getting nervous, I seen it. What I seen, you wouldn't believe it. They said they wanted, I need it. Damn, I'm going dumb like I dropped out of class. Get in my lane and I'm going.